Hello, artist. Remember our project about creating creatures in their homes? Well, today is the day that we're going to be sculpting. We're going to be sculpting our animals or creatures. We're going to be using Model Magic clay. Simply cut off the top and take the Model Magic material out. Remember, the model magic starts out white, but we want to change it to the colors that we used in our plan. I have three colors in my plan, so I pulled those markers aside. I'm now dividing the clay to match the markers. So that body, I only needed about that much, and I'm making that part green. I pulled a little bit off to be the blue decorations and divided the rest to be the pink wings. Then I went back and began coloring each section of clay. My middle section was green, so I carefully colored it green and made it into a general body shape. For the wings, I took my clay and added pink, mixed it and mixed it and mixed it, and then took time to mold it into wings. You can use scissors when using Model Magic to help cut the pieces apart. I started my wings in a circle that I flattened, cut in half, and then designed to be a wing. Now I'm going to repeat that on the other side because, as we know, butterfly wings are symmetrical. They're the same on both sides. For my last bit of clay, I'm taking the time to change it into a nice blue, mix it up so that I can add details. To add the details, I'm just simply rolling it into a tiny little worm, cutting off little bits, and placing them on top. Anytime that the clay comes into contact with another piece, it will begin to stick. So only make them stick when you're sure that that's where you want it to be. I changed my blue a little bit by adding some purple to get a new design. And I decided I had enough clay to add the lines on my butterfly body. Using tools like toothpicks, paper clips, and my scissors and fingers will help my sculpture to stay strong for a long time. Poking and scratching or indenting your clay with a tool will leave a great texture behind, hopefully making your creature look more realistic or the way that you wanted it to. And a last final step before you set it to dry, you could use marker to add final details, drawing in tiny little details that you wanted to add to make your creature look just right. We're going to leave them on a plate or a piece of paper to dry for at least 2 days. And here's an example of creating a more complicated creature with 4 legs, a body, and a head. First, think about the colors you'll need, less than 5 colors. Open up your clay and divide your clay into sections for each color. I use my scissors to quickly snip the clay, 2 sections for the mane and tail, a tiny section for the horn, and a big section for the body. Changing the color for the body, and then using my scissors to snip it into parts. 1 part for the head, 1 part for the body, and 4 parts for the leg. Rolling and pinching and twisting them to be the right shape and attaching them to create a body of a horse. Taking that small piece to make my unicorn horn, attaching it, and taking the last 2 pieces to make new colors so that I could make the mane and tail. I decided I wanted the mane to be very vibrant in colors, so I laid out the color and made a nice pattern. Then I took those colors and twisted them together to make the tail. You can add final details with scissors and markers to complete your creature. Are you ready? Let's begin.